Hello and welcome to episode 45 of I Will Cast Anything. We're on Entombed Valley for a PvP. The red Protoss player spawning in the bottom right hand corner is SuperHumble, who says hello. And the blue Protoss player spawning in the bottom left hand position is rkshoks, who says hi hoy, good luck, have fun. SuperHumble sent me this replay. He sent me a few in the past. And what I know about SuperHumble is that he likes to play lots of different races, and he likes to be aggressive and use unconventional tactics. Yes, indeed he does. And I like to watch unconventional tactics at work. Now, I'm never actually sure if SuperHumble plays random or if he just likes to play lots of different races at different times. It does seem to attract a lot of early scouting, which makes me think he might play random, or it might be that this player just likes to send out a pylon scout just in case. Both players still on roughly the same time. Let's see, it looks like SuperHumble is saving up some chrono boost here, not spending as much of it on workers as his opponent, so we'll see if that's going to be used into the first gateway or not. rkshoks is getting up to that gateway a slight bit earlier, so we see actually a 12 gate versus a 13 gate. Subtle differences, more of a build order preference than indicating anything major here, and we see both getting gas just after the 2-minute mark for that warp gate research, oh so important for Protoss players. This early scout for rkshoks has come up empty twice. Interesting scouting pattern here with drawing the sort of X on the board. But will now be heading across towards SuperHumble's base, but there's every chance that SuperHumble will have something out shortly after it arrives. Has lots of chrono boost energy built up. Enough for 3 chrono boosts now, so we'll see if they go into the warp gate or if it waits until the cyber core is constructed to use that chrono boost energy. On the other hand, rkshoks still boosting into the Nexus. Also getting his cybernetics core. rkshoks arrives, sees the cyber core timing, knows that all is well, and it's going to be 4 chrono boosts, it looks like, into warp gate research. So trying to get that out as early as possible. Now the scouts come out from SuperHumble, and this probe is just ferreting around, looking like it might be thinking about planting on a pylon here. Neither player has expanded yet. Here goes that chrono boost energy. Oh, but some is being spent to get out this stalker. A lot is going into warp gate. Here comes a second gateway, whereas a robotics facility, so some serious tactical deviations there. rkshoks going 1 gate into robo. SuperHumble going for 2 gateways, spending more and more chrono boost in there, and has a stalker out already. Second gate just about to finish up, and the units starting to come out onto the field. SuperHumble now able to train 2 stalkers at once, and it's going to be up to 3 stalkers, while rkshoks is on 1 zealot, 1 stalker. But here's the robo bay. See if it's going to be early immortals, and it is. Very popular these days to be getting those immortals out. This probe has been sitting here for a while, hasn't done anything yet. I think maybe just hidden over here. So rkshoks wants it here. We see the 1 zealot, 1 stalker pressure, and in response 3 stalkers. This is going to go badly for rkshoks. rkshoks is going to have to run away very quickly. Yes, that is indeed what happens. Took off the shields, but none of the health. Oh, now the health is being damaged from this stalker, and the zealot is about to be caught out, I think, and possibly murdered. Oh, it's just going to get up there. Force field needs to come down. Oh, force fielding in, and the immortal comes up and is going to take out all 3 of these stalkers in a very small number of hits. I didn't realize the immortal had popped already, but that was great from rkshoks. Able to lure those 3 stalkers up into the base and then kill them. Gets that probe for free. Here comes the pylon down over here. SuperHumble is expanding. SuperHumble is in trouble. Only just getting a sentry out, so going to be low on sentry energy. Does have 2 warp gates. It's opponent only just getting one, so that's going to be an advantage. Trying to get a gateway and a robo up at the moment, but knows that this pressure has to be coming, having lost those 3 stalkers early. It's not arriving yet. rkshoks is getting another gateway behind this, and going to be get up to 2 gates, and robo getting more immortals out all the time. Not pushing just yet. And SuperHumble is being able to recover a bit here. Was vulnerable for a moment there. Has 2 zealots out now. Has force field energy. But here comes the push. 2 immortals, 2 zealots, 1 sentry, 3 stalkers. That probe gets obliterated, and I think this natural expansion is going to fall. There just isn't enough here from SuperHumble to hold it. Going to have to force field out. Does catch 1 stalker out and will kill it. Might lose some of these zealots if he's not careful. Just warped in another sentry, but has only energy for 1 force field at the moment. Finally gets the robo of his own up and starting to produce immortals. This base is dead and gone. Here's a pylon from rkshoks. SuperHumble is going to be contained on 1 base. The observer is coming out for rkshoks to make sure nothing comes out of this base while the contain is in effect. And just going to try and hold off with force fields here, but SuperHumble is in trouble. Has 3 gateways at the moment. Rushing out those immortals as fast as possible. Meanwhile, rkshoks is all in on unit production at the moment, not producing any probes. Okay, I was worried that it wasn't going to expand there, but this is the right time to expand. And again, SuperHumble just letting 1 unit through. Good force fields there. Let 1 unit through, force field off. Take the rest. And it's going to be okay for force field energy with 3 out here, but is not going to be okay for income in a short space of time. Here's that observer from rkshoks to keep an eye on everything that's going on at the top of this ramp. Here comes another warp prism, which will allow warp-ins up here. Oh, trying to kite each other back and forth. Where's the force field? Needs to come down. Oh, catches 1 zealot and 1 sentry out. That's good from SuperHumble. Also forces to cancel on that pylon. There, that sentry does finally go down. More pylons trying to go down. Trying to get up the ramp. A desperate defense here. Trying to get those stalker numbers up to where this can be fought off. Tense stuff here, SuperHumble. rkshoks just waiting for that moment of weakness. Trying to get a pylon up close enough to do warp-ins on the high ground. Is going to be able to do it, but anything that was warped in up here would die instantly, unfortunately, so it's not really worth it. Chasing with that probe there. Oh, killing that probe. Very nice. You'll see the force fields. And SuperHumble just holding on up to 5 stalkers now. Not doing anything except producing units and defending at the moment. Meanwhile, rkshoks is getting a forge, getting a robotics bay, continuing to produce immortals. Has the second nexus, hasn't started mining on it just yet or resumed probe production, but then again neither player is producing probes, and it looks like rkshoks is going to go home, so couldn't break through. Needs to find an alternative avenue of attack. Might get to try and take down these blocks, it looks like, for now. Meanwhile, +1 armor coming for SuperHumble and getting even on supply here. Has plenty of zealots out, but there are 4 immortals here. Finally, rkshoks starts producing probes again, so something of an all-in there. Didn't quite work out. A big attack off 1 base. That didn't really do any damage. Look at the losses count. Pretty much even. Oh, that 1 zealot has been trapped with force fields and will be shot. SuperHumble trying to be careful to stay back from this force down here. And now SuperHumble's finally starting to invest in some more structures. Building 2 gateways behind his mineral line here. Getting a warp prism out of that robo bay. Trying to break this contain and get out on the map and potentially even attack his opponent. Meanwhile, rkshoks trying to recover from that all-in. Trying to get his economy back up and running. Produce a ton of probes. Get mining on the second base. Press home the advantage of the contain. And win this game. But instead seemingly defending at the moment. Not keeping this hard contain in place. But SuperHumble wouldn't really be able... Well, actually SuperHumble might be able to think about taking that. We're going up to more gateways now. Mining off only 1 base, obviously. Fully saturated here, even a little bit beyond fully saturated. Going up to going to be 7 gates. So normally you want 2 bases to power 7 gates. SuperHumble says, well, I'm just going to go up to 7 gates first and then get to 2 bases later. Why not? rkshoks still just patrolling around out here, but getting Colossus out on the field, getting +1 weapons, getting extended thermal lance. Of course, SuperHumble already has +1 weapons, but not attacking at all. Here's a sacrificial stalker that's going to explore what's going on. Oh, might kite this zealot out. Not quite. rkshoks also getting more gateways in place and has the income to really support them. Has the income to go. Oh, I missed a warp in. Silly me. Well, it looks like there wasn't much at home to defend this. It's going to town on the workers. Oh dear. Here comes a Colossus. It's going to have to dance back. I might kill some more workers over here. Might even try and do some structure damage. Are they going to be... No, they surely will not be able to take down this Robotics Bay before extended thermal lance finishes. Surely not. Here come the Immortals. Here come the sentries. Oh, it's going to be desperately close, but I think the Robotics Bay is going to live. It does, with just 81 health. Well, that was a very effective warp in there. 11 workers killed from by SuperHumble, and more importantly, as well as disrupting the mining, but more importantly, pulled away the army from his front door, allowing SuperHumble to move down here, break this contain a little bit. The warp prism's coming in again here. Now that I'm paying attention, see what happens. 6 more zealots warp in. No natural taken for SuperHumble just yet, and it's going to go and kill more workers. The army's much closer this time, so they won't be able to do as much damage. They could now kill this Robotics Bay, but thermal lance was finished, I believe. I'm pretty sure extended thermal lance finished. Well, SuperHumble was in a very tough contain there, but managed to break out. Was warping in just a ton of zealots at the moment, not taking this expansion, so pretty poor on gas. That's why going for a lot of zealots, but it's going to start to be mined out soon. Needs to move out onto the map so that this expansion could be secured if really wants to compete in this game. Just taking a look at the unit count here. rkshoks went up to 5 Immortals very early, but hasn't built any more since then, but does have the 2 Colossus out there. Stalker count very big for SuperHumble. Both armies out on the field at the moment. Neither one really sure where the other is. I'm not entirely sure where SuperHumble's going. Up into the middle of the map here. Going to be pretty exposed at home. We could see a potential base trade situation here. No, it looks like SuperHumble has realized what's going on and is pulling back here. We are going to see the engagement. Better concave from SuperHumble here. Some good force field disrupting the enemy. Can the zealots get in there? They are starting to get round, but force fields defend off. Still a very good concave from SuperHumble. Now the zealots are getting in round the back. Kiting up into his opponent's base as rkshoks. 1 Colossus goes down, 1 remains. The runaround is in full effect, but a lot of the stalkers have gone down. The sentries are going to start to die. Some of these Immortals might even die. Yes, they are dying. And a strange moving engagement there, but SuperHumble has done very, very well to fight that off, and the supply of rkshoks has plummeted. Big trouble here. 2 zealots, 2 stalkers, even 2 Immortals, and 3 sentries, all that's left. This natural expansion is certainly going to fall, and rkshoks might lose this game altogether. In fact, the size of the army that's coming across, I think he will. Immortals dealing out damage from the top of the ramp, but here come the zealots, and there aren't going to be enough force fields to hold them off for long. That Immortal is going to fall, the sentry is going to fall. 1 Immortal left at the top of the ramp being ignored, and rkshoks gives the GG. So contained his opponent, but not able to push in and do damage. SuperHumble bounces back with a ton of zealots and a lot of Immortals. Great game.